Hey guys, what is up? My name's Dwayne. Welcome to Turning Stones. Today I want to talk about a brand new quad that I just got. So I'm really excited about it. You guys probably heard a lot about it. It seems like ever since its release, it's kind of taken over the social media platform as far as drones go for beginners and advanced drone lovers. As I would say, I'm still a beginner. I've only been droning for about a year now, so for me, it's pretty exciting still. For people that's been flying Mavic 2 Pros and the Phantom 4s for a couple years, this drone probably is not that fun for them, but for me, it is. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Mavic Mini. Now, I'm calling it Mavic Mini Mania. Ever since DJI released this little guy, it just seems like everybody's fallen in love with it, and I understand why now. I've only had it for about a week, and unfortunately, the weather hasn't been very cooperative here in northern Illinois. The pretty days of summer turned into the gray, rainy days of November, and unfortunately, that's not always the best days to try to catch footage. I did manage to get out and get a couple flights in. One thing I noticed is even though it's a 2.7K camera, which isn't 4K, but for DJI, their stuff is so good, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference compared to, like, if you compared it to the Hubsan Zeno 4K, you might not tell the difference. I've not done a test. I know others have, but I mean, DJI's 2.7K is pretty good, I would say. Now, the one thing that I noticed from flying it, and I've read a lot of posts, is people are really crashing them a lot, and it's understandable because it's so small. It doesn't take much for you to lose vision of it. Like if you're flying in a forest or near a river or something, it can get out of view real easy, and before you know it, you're scraping a tree limb, and down in the river she goes, or just down she goes. So, but that's one thing I noticed about this, is a lot of people have been complaining because they have been crashing their little Mavic Minis, and it's sad. But here's a couple tips. If you've, especially for the beginner drone people, don't get discouraged at that just because people might say, oh, you could tell they're inexperienced. Well, yeah, they are, and it's sad when you crash a $500 drone and it breaks. So they do have insurance on this stuff, and I would suggest getting it if you haven't already. Sign up for some, because the $39 or whatever it cost you for a year or two, and if you crash it and you have to send it back, you get a brand new one. So it's worth the money. The second thing is the obstacle avoidance. There's only downward sensors, so when it comes in for a landing, it kind of can hover in place and then slowly come down. Because it doesn't have any sensors like the Autel Evo or the Mavics. Even the Spark has a lot of sensors. But again, for me, when I first got my first drone about a year ago, was the Zeno, and it doesn't have any. And you know what? I really think it was a good way to learn. Flying a drone without obstacle avoidance is actually, or learning to fly a drone without obstacle avoidance isn't a bad thing. Because then once you finally get a drone that has obstacle avoidance, it's like, oh, wow. But that being said, some of my footage, I didn't get a chance to get out and get any quality footage to me. I mean, I like to go out in the nice days when the grass is green and stuff, but like I said, it's November now. Okay, one thing I noticed about the Mavic Mini is its stability in the wind, and I've read a lot of other comments on Facebook groups and stuff that people claim it does pretty good. Now, I haven't had any issues with it, but just be careful with it because it is lightweight and stuff, but Now, I also, it's kind of funny. I wanted to do a video, an unboxing video, which I started, and I wanted to put a nice, beautiful flight along with it. I didn't, the days just weren't working out to where it was able to go a flight. Plus, I've only had it a week. But one thing I did try to do with it is I tried to take it inside and do a indoor flight in my little rock studio where I have some of my turning stones. So the Mavic Mini Met turning stones. So my Mavic Mini, I gotta tell you, it does rock. And I think that for the most part, everybody seems really happy with this little quad. But what I can't stress enough is invest in the insurance in case you do crash it. There's no obstacle avoidance. It's real simple to crash. It's real simple to lose. As far as connections, in the week that I've had it, in comparison to the Xeno, who I can't even get a half mile, 0.8 kilometers, and this loses signal. Well, the other day I was doing a video nearby of a tower inspection. It could have been the tower or the signal coming from the tower that was affecting it, but I did lose signal for a few seconds, and you know what? It came out of it, but I was only 0.8 meters, 0.805 meters, so about a half mile, and I was a little surprised. And then another time, just a couple days before, I was out flying behind my mom's house over a school, and as I was flying around the school football field, I lost signal. And again, wasn't even 0.805 meters. You know, I was about less than a half mile, and I lost signal. And ironically, a few months ago, I was flying this over that football field, and I lost signal there too. So again, it could be just something in the air that's affecting these, but if you let it get out of your sight, be prepared for a cutout, because you just never know. DJI has a very solid Wi-Fi connection with this, and to the transmitter. And so far, as I said, I've only had a couple drop-offs, but that's it. And I haven't really tested a range past a half mile because I don't want it to get out of my sight. And a lot of new drone people, one of the mistakes they make is they get it too far out of their sight, and before you know it, it's gone. And, well, for instance, one of the most stable drones that I have, actually these are the only drones I have, but is the Autel Evo. And this drone, I mean, I've never lost a connection with it, and I went, I'd say almost a mile is the furthest I've pushed it, which it can go further, but I've never lost any signal with the Autel Evo. Anyway, the footage that I was sharing there is just some stuff that I shot over the last few days, nothing special, but just wanted to give you guys an idea of some of the footage that I was able to get out of the Mavic Mini. And it's no wonder why Mavic Mini Mania is going crazy over the social media platforms. Everybody is in love with this, and if you're in a country or in a location that has beautiful weather this time of year, God bless you, because you're going to get some great stuff with this, and I can't wait till spring comes. So if you guys enjoyed this content, I really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and I'll keep you notified anytime a new video comes up. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. Take care.
When you kick up the dirt from the earth and the rocks below start turning towards the sun, because it's the one the ancient heroes been yearning. Could it be prehistory? As watchful eyes start learning, it's up to you, it's up to me.